Okay, so we're going to talk about Chapter 9. And at this point, you should be pretty familiar with the terms of Chapter 9, but you want to check yourself on each of the sections in the study guide to make sure that you really know the terms. And in this case, we're going to look at one section of Chapter 9, and we're going to look at movement disorders. I'll say the words: ataxia, bradykinesia, dyskinesia, myoclonus, hyperkinesis, and tremor. And what I'd like you to do is, in a minute, you're going to pause your video and take a minute to write down what each of those words means. Really think about them. Or just say them aloud to yourself if you don't want to write them down. That's fine. And then after you've had a minute to think about what they mean, come back and turn on your video and we'll talk about them. So pause your video now and then resume when you're finished. Ataxia is, ia is condition, state, or thing. We'll go with condition. And A is away from or without. In this case, we're going to say without. And taxo is coordination. And so ataxia is the condition of being without coordination. And you can think of this as incoordination, especially when walking. And then it's common with a brain injury. It's almost like a drunken walk. Just can't coordinate those peripheral extremities very well. And so that's ataxia. And the main thing that you need to know is just ataxia is a condition of being without coordination. Bradykinesia is a condition of slow movement. And so if you have bradykinesia, you've got slow movement. And so that's a pretty easy one. Dyskinesia, ia is condition. Dys in this case is just abnormal, and kineso is movement. So in this case, you have abnormal movement. The difference between dyskinesia and ataxia, there probably are some differences in the types of brain injury and how they're associated, but abnormal really isn't that different from difficult or abnormal. So for your purposes, you could almost say dyskinesia is a type of dysfunction in coordination or in movement, and the other is a dysfunction in coordination. You wouldn't be held to identify the differences between those two terms. Myoclonus. Clonus is the condition of rapid contracting and relaxing. And myo is muscle. So if you have myoclonus, you've got a condition where the muscles are going between a rapid contracting and a rapid relaxing. And what they really look like is just jerking movements. So rapid contracting and relaxing equals jerky movements. And there are, again, a number of different types of myoclonuses, but all you need to know is that they're jerking movements, rapid contraction and relaxing. Hyperkinesis is a condition of above normal movement, and I have a lot of background with muscle disorders, and hyperkinesis is not one that I'm really that familiar with, so I looked it up, and it really comes in more with people that have attention deficit disorder or just conditions that make them move very rapidly. So hyperkinesis is just abnormally fast muscle movements. Tremor is a small involuntary movement, and I think most of you just know that a tremor, a hand tremor, you're just going to see a little bit of shaking in the hands, a little bit of jerking. And it can be in the head, jaw, or extremities. I usually think of hand tremors. So back to our list, we've got ataxia, bradykinesia, dyskinesia, myoclonus, hyperkinesis, and tremor. Again, take a minute to look at those and see where you're at with being able to describe the condition well enough to know for the exam. Ataxia is without coordination, bradykinesia is fast movement, dyskinesia is abnormal movement, myoclonus is a type of jerky movement with rapid contraction and relaxation, hyperkinesis is abnormally extra movements, and tremor is just I just call it shaking. So that's all you need to know for that section.